So, in overview here, the strength training is the strengthening of normal human movement patterns in a way that produces a continued adaptation toward increased force production. Now, I think that's a fairly concise definition. And here we come back to what is not strength training. Well, what most people think of as strength training is actually not strength training at all, right? Olympic lifting. All right. Now, everybody will jump up, and all the Olympic lifters are jumping up and screaming and yelling. All right. The snatch and the clean and jerk are not strength training. Now, the snatch and the clean and jerk depend on strength.
It displays the strength.
They are displays of strength. They are, in fact, displays of strength as displayed as power. Strength displayed quickly is power. They are displays of power. They are also displays of technical precision, technical expertise, because you can't do a 1 RM snatch wrong. Well, you can. You can do it wrong. I've got lots of videos of doing it wrong. But wrong is a subject to interpretation.
One of the fundamental points is if there is a technique component, it's not fundamentally strength training.
Right.
If there's all of our lifts have a
you can do the technique wrong, and therefore take the strength component out of the equation in terms of did you complete it or not, right, because you're strong enough.
Yeah. Now, that doesn't mean it won't make you stronger depending on the situation, but there's a hard limit on how much stronger that specific lift is going to make you.
Right.
Right? And that's
Can
the fundamental.
the snatch strengthen the snatch?
There you go.
Now, what I would suggest is that the snatch cannot strengthen the snatch.
Right.
I think that the snatch must be performed correctly in order to be completed, but that the strength that it takes to perform a snatch is developed by strength training.
Yeah, another way to think about it is, if you look at the most fundamental lift or the fundamental movement pattern, which would be the deadlift, does that improve the snatch, and does it work the other way? It doesn't.
It does improve the snatch, and the snatch does not improve the deadlift.
Right.
Perfect example of exactly what we're talking. The snatch and the clean is improved by the deadlift. The clean does not improve the deadlift.
Right.
All right. Strength off the floor is the deadlift. The clean requires strength off the floor, but what happens after the bar leaves the floor is a matter of technique. If the pull goes over there, then you're not going to be able to rack the clean. It's got to be done correctly. All right. And everybody's maximum pull is their maximum deadlift. If you're laying at Taranenko and in 1988 you clean and jerk 266 kilos, which is 568 pounds, how much could you deadlift that day?
Quite a bit more than that.
Quite a bit more than that. And the fact that he didn't train the deadlift is irrelevant. If someone had put a gun on him and said, you will now deadlift this 825-pound barbell, and he said,
okay,
well, if I do this, you'll not shoot me, right? And they said, no, we will not shoot you if you deadlift. He would have deadlifted the 825 because he could have done it. He's strong enough to do that.
Here's another interesting thing. Well, first, is it for sure that he didn't deadlift? Is that a
well, I don't know that for sure.
Okay. Because he may have, right?
He may have.
But
they say he didn't. Okay. Most of these guys will say that all they've done is the snatch, clean jerk, front squat, and back squat.
Right.
That's all they do.
Well, that's believable. I mean, a guy like that.
It is believable.
Of course.
I mean, the guy wouldn't be on the Soviet national team if he wasn't real fucking strong.
So here's the interesting thing we're talking about, because I don't know. Well, people may disagree, but fuck them. But he's clean and jerking 586. We're saying that he's going to deadlift in excess of 750, closer to 800 plus pounds, right?
8,
Now, if you get here's a better argument. You have a guy who deadlifts 900 pounds, doesn't mean that he's going to clean and jerk anywhere near that.
No.
Right.
No.
But we know for a
you're
fact.
right, and we're not saying
We know but here's the thing: we know for a fact that a guy who can clean and jerk over 500 pounds is going to have a massive deadlift.
he's going to have a massive. And furthermore, if he gets his deadlift up, his clean will go up too.
Yep. But the guy who has
But the guy with a 1,000-pound deadlift may not be able to clean 400.
So what does that tell you about strength training, right?
Right.
I mean, what does that tell you about the fundamental nature of the main lift in terms of force production, right? So the guy is stronger. The guy who can clean and jerk that much weight is already stronger without even training it. It's a fundamental attribute that he already possesses, that he hasn't even developed, is the other crazy thing.
Right.
Right? And if he developed it further, what would
this
happen?
has to do with his neuromuscular efficiency, his own personal neuromuscular efficiency. If you got a 36-inch vertical jump, you are already stronger than somebody with a 22-inch vertical jump.
Right. It's exactly
Walked in without having done a damn thing.
That's why those guys are in the position to win gold medals.
That's right. The sport selects for that kind of neuromuscular efficiency, and therefore it's selecting for inherent strength.
Mm-hmm.